Welcome to Nerdist Podcast number 636. The Fun Comfortable Tour is happening. Chicago, let's see what's coming up. St. Louis, there's going to be some dates in Boston, Philly, New York, Chicago. Did I say Chicago already?
I think that was the first one you said.
All right, well, now it'll be the last one I said, even though there's other cities. Also Madison and Milwaukee and
Columbus.
Minneapolis and Columbus. Ooh, you're good.
I know you're at Columbus because my boyfriend's from Cleveland, and a couple of people said, Chris Hardwick's coming to Columbus and not Cleveland.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I should, when you go to Ohio,
really
you should hit all the three C's: Cincinnati, Columbus, and Cleveland.
I thought they were closer, and they're very
not. They're
far.
not. It's far away. Mike Furman and I toured. We played the big C's all the way down Ohio. I don't mean the cancer cities. I mean like the Cincinnati,
all their
Cleveland.
main cities.
Yeah, all the main cities. So go to funcomfortabletour.com to get tickets and info for that. This episode is brought to you by Loot Crate. Loot Crate is a monthly subscription box service for epic gear. It's like pop culture stuff. For less than $20 a month, you're going to get 6 to 8 items that includes licensed gear, apparel, collectibles, unique one-of-a-kind things. It's kind of like having a friend who wants to surprise you every month with some box, because what's going to happen is you're going to forget that you've subscribed. Mm-hmm. You're going to have a crappy day.
Yep.
You're going to walk in the door, and there's just going to be this box, and you're like,
and it's so exciting.
And then it's a bunch of stuff that you get to open.
You see the little Joker Batman there? That's from Loot Crate.
That's from Loot Crate.
Mm-hmm. That was an exclusive, too.
So because there's a lot of exclusives in there. You have until the 19th of each month at 9 p.m. Pacific time to subscribe to receive that month's crate. And then if the cutoff happens, it's over, and you've missed it, so you'll have to jump on board the next month. Also shipped to Canada, Australia, and the UK. More information on their site. Go to lootcrate.com/Nerdist. Enter the code Nerdist to save 10% off any new subscription. That's Loot Crate, lootcrate.com. Are you doing anything that you want to promote?
Just the other podcasts. I mean, Moshe Kasher just started doing a really cool thing on Hound Tall.
Hound Tall, yeah.
Yeah, so he, every episode is about a specific topic. So like the latest episode was gay issues. So he set up an account where you can text in and donate to different charities. So like this was the Trevor Project, which helps. It's like a hotline for people to call who are having issues. And it's just really interesting. It's really good.
I love that, Moshe Kasher.
Yeah, I think it's just such a great idea.
Great
job.
Every episode Great job, Moshe Kasher.
One.
I just saw Moshe and Natasha up at Sketchfest.
Yep.
Natasha was hilarious at Bring the Rock. They're good people. Listen to Hound Tall.
Yes, it's a really fun podcast. It's monthly on Thursdays. First Thursday of each month.
Now, this episode is Taika Waititi and Jemaine Clement. Jemaine, you may know as Jemaine from Flight of the Conchords. Yep. And Taika, who you may not know as well, but Taika directed a lot of the episodes of Flight of the Conchords, and there's a sort of New Zealand comedy cluster, and, Brett and Jemaine and Taika, and so they were all in that together, and they just released a film called What We Do in the Shadows, which is an amazing vampire comedy movie.
Yeah, I've seen the trailer. I want to see it so bad. I haven't seen it yet.
It's in theaters in LA and New York now, but they also have a Kickstarter page to help get a wider release. We're going to link in the description on the site because Kickstarter does not have shortened URLs that you can remember.
I hate it so much. Because I wish we could just say Kickstarter / what you do in the show.
They should let you customize the URL.
I know. I don't
That's
know
not that hard.
Do it.
Kickstarter for a company that it basically wants to get the word out as much as possible. Let's kickstart customized URLs.
For real.
For Kickstarter.
And their Kickstarter ends tomorrow, by the way.
Okay, the Kickstarter ends tomorrow.
Thursday at the end of the day. So donate soon.
Jemaine and Taika were on at midnight and were absolutely hilarious. And if you're a Flight of the Conchords fan, then there's definitely talk of that in this episode as well. And just basically a group of guys who essentially do what they want because they like working on fun stuff and don't really seem to bend to give in to any type of corporate structure that would tell them to do things in a different way. Like they really just set out, they made their own stuff, and so if you're a fan of theirs at all, by all means support the Kickstarter and support what they do because it is superior comedy that should be spread to the world. This is episode number 636 with Jemaine Clement and Taika Waititi.
Now entering Nerdist.com.
You guys were amazing on that midnight program. But that was so much fun because the show really works best when everyone's fucking around as much as possible. And I don't know. I haven't seen how we're going to cut that down to 21 minutes, but I will probably just watch the unedited
watch
version.
the extended cut.
online one.
They're going to put online.
If you're out there and you watch the show, just
And the extended the director's cut of At Midnight.
you should skip Thursdays altogether on television and watch it online.
Don't tell people to do that.
Guys, just skip it.
No, don't.
Don't need to watch it.
No, people still need to
For
watch
free
TV so we
on
can
Comedy
keep doing
Central's
the show.
website.
You don't understand how television works.
I think I do.
Well, then when we're
If
both
enough
not working,
people like
doesn't
it,
work.
it stays on.
From what I understand, television doesn't.
I did exactly what happened last night when I said, "Oh, I have a link to What Happens in the Shadows. I'm going to go watch it at home." And you go, "Well, don't watch it if you're really tired." And I had a 13-hour day. I went home and I fell straight asleep.
I told you not to do that.
No, you said not to watch it tired.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not really what I meant.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Actually watch it.
get home right now.
Have a coffee.
Before you're too tired.
But I'm super excited. When I told Kyle I had a link to it, he got real jealous. Yeah, but you'll have to wait till mid-February when it comes out. Well, it comes out February 7th.
In L.A.
Yeah, it comes out this weekend in L.A., Kyle.
13th.
February
Next
13th in LA.
But to the listeners of this podcast, it comes out this weekend.
Yeah, so you'll be able to see it
Okay,
this
yeah.
weekend. Yeah.
comes
Well,
out
it's
next
still
week.
February the 13th, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that. Let's just check your
doesn't
luck.
change. Matt doesn't know how TV works, so he may not know how calendars work. either.
How time
Whatever
works.
date you want it to be, right?
No, it does not. Whatever.
All you got to
date.
do is take the Enterprise at maximum warp around the sun. And it's
Yeah.
whatever time you need it to be.
Matt likes Star Trek a lot.
I did notice that. he is holding 2 Star Trek DVDs.
Ready to go.
Why did you bring the?
I didn't bring them. I forgot to take them from when Will Wheaton brought them to me.
Oh, okay. Why don't you have Jemaine and Taika sign the Star Trek DVDs just for
As
fun?
characters from.
Sign it the way you think Worf would sign it.
May you have victory in battle, Worf.
That's exactly how we do it. This is amazing.
He's a big fan of that as well.
Are you a closet Star Trek fan, Jemaine?
I'm not a huge fan. I'm not, it's not closeted. But I did once go to a how to speak Klingon lecture.
Oh, yeah.
You were
was at
there?
that.
Okay.
We went to that.
Yeah, sure, we went to that, of
Sure,
course.
we went to a Klingon.
Not much happens in our town, so that was a big deal.
In Wellington?
Yeah, in Wellington.
Now, is this was the whole lecture in Klingon, or did he say?
No, it wasn't immersive.
They weren't cooking you the food of Klingon.
It wasn't the Rosetta Stone Klingon
He
series.
was like a linguist specialist in fake languages, and
Especially
he gave us
Klingon.
especially Klingon. Gave us a big lesson on all the consonants and vowels and how you put them together. I switched off instantly.
It sounded a bit like this. In Klingon, there are 39 words for war.
I love when people do American accents.
That's a good American accent.
It's not bad, but they all end up sounding like Liam Neeson.
Well, what's funny is if you watch like the
American, okay?
there are
That was good. I thought that was great.
Right.
but
That
then
sounded
you
really
but then
good.
you start to hear a little. I have a particular skin of like you can hear it like creeping in.
What I loved about
Well, yeah.
Pierce Brosnan's last sort of turn as James Bond in Diner of the Day, he just stops attempting a British accent and it just full Irish. It's
Oh,
just
really?
Fully Irish.
He doesn't give a shit anymore.
A friend of mine there's a great theory about New Zealanders trying to do American accents. And I think it's true. Especially we just put the letter R on the end of everything.
'Cause
And,
we don't
you can hear it
pronounce
in
the R's.
You can hear it in Xena. So it's like Xener, get your weapons.
It is I, your father.
Xener warrior princess.
Tequila and soda.
New Zealand is one place that I am so dying to go to, but it's far enough away that I don't ever have enough time. But there was a period of time where you and Brett were coming back and forth like every other
Yeah,
week.
so you could have done it.
Okay. but you got used to it.
It takes 11 hours from LA. So, you know,
It's just sleep.
it's
Is
not
it really?
worth going there for a weekend.
No.
11 hours? That's all it takes?
Yeah, from LA.
That's like flying to London.
But I wouldn't go to London for a weekend either. Like I would
No,
want to go for
no
at
one's
least-
implying you should go for a weekend, but I know for a fact that we have 4 weeks off in the summer.
What we know is it's possible.
It's not possible, guys. It's It's not. But I always work.
Anything's possible if you dream, Chris.
Is there what's the comedy scene in New Zealand?
You're looking at it, man.
That's it? You guys are holding up? You're holding up the entire?
No, but a lot of the people, I'd say our movie is maybe a quarter of it. The people in our movie.
Yeah. Was your film at all funded by the New Zealand government, the way that Reese got Short Poppies funded?
No, but that's how most films are funded.
Gunded is how we call it down there.
You pronounce R's at the end of words and then F's or G's.
I need the Guy-nancing now.
It's Guine if you want to do that.
Yeah.
For your Gilm.
Guck off.
Aww. But what? So why
that was Klingon for something very bad.
Why did you not get national funding to make the movie?
We wanted to, it would be too difficult. You have to hand in a script and they give you notes on the script.
Very bureaucratic.
We would have had to hand in the script and say, we're not actually going to do this script.
Oh, gotcha.
Can we make it?
But you're not going to make this? Yes, that's true.
We're going to make something kind of like this, but not this.
So in short, can we just have a bunch of money?
Yeah.
We tried that. We said, can we just have a bunch of money? And they said no, so we had to look somewhere else.
No, we said, if you know we're making a movie and we don't tell you anything about it, will you give us any money? And they said no.
And you're like, how about now? Like if you ask them, maybe it was just that moment.
Oh, we didn't think of going back and saying,
how about now is a really good, that's a good way to, because a percentage of the time it'll work.
What's the percentage that you found?
It's low, but it's measurable.
Okay.
Yeah, but if it happens to be that 1 or 2%, then free money.
Yeah.
Turn your phone
No, that's
off,
the money.
Matt.
That's the money. It just came in.
No, that's an alert. Bless you.
We all know that's an alert, Matt.
I
Sorry.
think the first time I just met you for the first time last night.
Yeah.
But
So you remember that well.
I do remember it well because it just
What was it
happened.
like?
It was really refreshing.
Tell us about it.
Taika was very nice.
Was anything like you expected me to look?
I had really built it up in my head.
What were you expecting?
Something like an Alexander Skarsgård type of a Viking-esque, like a shock of blonde hair.
See, I was thinking Once for Warriors. That's what I thought was coming.
You were closer.
Blonde. Right. Yeah, you were closer.
Jemaine, I met.
Never been a warrior.
Jemaine,
I want to hear the story. Sure, everyone listen.
Jemaine, I met in. It was Bumbershoot. I think maybe like
Seattle.
It's in Seattle, maybe like 2005 or something. I think it was 2005.
Wow.
Dimitri, you and Brett had just done. You had just done the Fringe Festival in Edinburgh, I think, with Dimitri, and Dimitri was supposed to perform at Bumbershoot. And you guys just came to Seattle, and he said to the booker, this woman Lisa Langang, who booked the comics for Bumbershoot, can I give some of my stage time to these guys?
Yeah, he just donated it
Because they're really funny. And she said, okay. And then you guys destroyed, like it crushed. And that was the first time I met you guys. And then all of a sudden after that, it felt like stuff happened very quickly for you.
I saw you in the audience looking at us, crushing a can with your hand as you watched us.
Furman was trying to crush one too, but he's just too nice. He's just too nice.
Because we also played with Hard and Firm in the Vancouver Comedy Festival in Vancouver.
Yes.
And we played in this bar, but they still let the patrons of the bar in, and they still played the music that the bar would play.
So it was the worst of both worlds because the tough thing about doing comedy with music is that you still have to pay attention if you're an audience member if you want to enjoy the show, but we were basically just being treated like bands.
Yeah.
And so the rest of the club
a band,
was open.
if there was a band, they would at least turn the music off.
So we didn't even get that respect.
Yeah.
So the front of the bar was playing like club music, and then we were, and then here's, Mike and I are on stage with our slideshow of dinosaurs in front of American flags, and people in Canada not understanding why it was. But the fact that we were all in it together made it fun, and we took one of my favorite photos of all time that I've ever taken. You guys found an old-timey, like, Klondike photograph type place where you put on the old-timey clothes, and it's like old-timey photography. And it was me and Mike and you and Brett and Todd Barry. and we all
do this? Okay.
We all got exactly.
Yeah, it was like that. He was the only one who wouldn't get dressed in period costume.
Dressed up. So we all
on.
got in characters, and we all looked great. I think you were a fur trapper, and like everything. Everyone looked like who they would have been.
Yeah, sure.
And there's Todd Barry standing in the middle with his sunglasses like on his shirt, just folding his arms defiantly. So it looked like
That's who
I'm
Todd
just going to
Barry
wear
would
my
have been.
polo shirt. Whatever.
Hey
it
man,
was.
Okay.
hey man, I don't believe in this kind of photography. But that was really
Oh
fun.
yeah, I'll be in it.
No, of course.
I just rationalized that Todd Barry time jumped to bring us back to the future, like that there was some sort of a weird time jump.
You
thing.
had to make a story that explained that photo.
I had to explain the photo in some way, but it was fun. But then after that,
No more photos. No more calls.
10 years of no photos together.
this marks the 10th anniversary of the last time
Get one. This
we were
is
able
it.
to take photos.
I do this every 10 years or so.
Get the gang back together for one of those photos no one
Let's go
looks
get
at.
some waistcoats.
Right now.
Bracelets, yeah. Some bowler hats.
Watch chain. Guys.
Every 10 years, we'll do a different era.
Oh, yeah. 10 years later than that original
Than that
time,
original
in the
era. So we'll
mid-1800s.
keep the ratio the
Yeah.
same. So early 1900s will be the next one, and then
Now it's the 19-teens.
now it's the teens. Yeah.
19s?
19-teens.
19-teens.
19s.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
How, I think one of the things that a lot of Americans didn't understand, and I'm not just going to talk about Conchords, but I do want to talk about it a little bit.
Is our accent.
You do have accents,
Yeah.
but also that you had built up, like, you had, I think, maybe 6 or 7 years together by the time you got to the States, right? You had already, like, your act was really solid when you came. You developed it in, in London. You guys had a BBC show,
Yeah.
and you had been doing festivals and stuff. And so it sort of seemed like by the time you guys came over here and started working a bunch, it was already like, oh, fuck, we've been doing this for like 7 years.
A little bit. And everyone who's like, look, check out these new guys. We're not new guys, we're old guys.
But was that what made it difficult to go back and do a third season of the show? Because the first season of the show, I imagine, like, this is all
Are
the
you going to
stuff...
say the first season was good?
No, I'm not going to say that at
You're
all.
going to just imply it.
No, I'm not going to imply it at all. Because I remember running into you during the editing process, and you seemed very unhappy with because you were just like, we did the first season and all that stuff. A lot of it was already written, and then we had to, in a very short amount of time, write brand new stuff that we didn't have time to workshop and then just put on.
It was more that we had to do it simultaneous to writing a show, and that it didn't seem possible. But we hadn't really thought that through. We never thought we were going to make more than the pilot. Really, we still had our apartment. We were still paying rent back home because we thought they were going to send us home anytime. And 2 years later, we're like, we're still making this thing.
I heard these stories were like, oh, SNL.
Don't listen to those stories.
No, none of them are true.
No, what stories?
There was one story I heard that when your show got picked up, you guys were eating lunch.
That's true.
And and your agent called and said, your show got picked up, and you were like, that's great, we're eating. Can you just call us later?
You must have heard that from our agency.
Okay. The other thing I heard was that SNL asked you to play, and you guys didn't want to do it.
We were so busy, Chris. I didn't. Another thing is that the only talk show that plays in New Zealand is Letterman, and so the only one we wanted to do was Letterman. We hadn't heard of anyone else that'd say, "Hey, we got you on this talk show. Is it Letterman?" it's Conan O'Brien. We don't know him, and and then all the other ones, and we're just waiting for Letterman. We just want to be on Letterman. That's one that's on New Zealand. And then we finally got to be on Letterman the night that it played in New Zealand. They put the rugby on instead.
No!
On purpose, I believe.
You think so? Just to be like, hey, fuck you.
Yeah.
It was Conan's people arranged it.
Well, I'm very aware of Conan now.
Was that process fun, though? I mean, like, was it... Because you guys blew up pretty fast in the States. And... but I always kind of felt like... It just always seemed like from the outside perspective, and that you guys were like, yeah, I don't know. That you kind of didn't really want all the fanfare.
It wasn't... It was, we only ever did it for fun. So suddenly it was a job and a very intense job.
Yeah.
Try and generate hours of fun.
Right.
Yeah. And it took... We just never had a break. That was the problem.
And so, but you guys toured last year with the 2013. You guys toured with the Oddball tour.
Yeah. That's fun. Touring's fun. That's always a good time.
Did you guys write a bunch of new stuff for the tour, or did you get?
Yeah, we always write a few new things. Yeah, a few new songs at least. We have to balance it with the ones they want to hear.
Right.
And here's some you don't want to hear.
Yeah.
But I saw Beck